When do you think Brady like cemented his legacy as the GOAT? Like, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Ballsy and Face podcast. I'm Christian Rivera.
Joshua Ramos.
Zio Hernandez.
And if you haven't seen it already, you probably have. Everywhere you see it, Tom Brady is done. The GOAT.
Aww. Psych, I lied.
Yo.
Man, you don't say that. You were posting about it. You're like, oh man.
You're like, I never thought this day would come. I'm actually sad.
Yeah, and then he didn't retire.
No, that's not what happened.
All right, bro.
It's a whole big thing. We're about to dive right into it. But as you can see, I got the Brady jersey on. You already know Super Bowl. What is this? LLI? Whatever it is. It's against the Falcons when they came back down 28-3.
I had to put the score up there just to reminisce.
Yeah, we got the minutes kind of. It's like a clock, so it's moving. But
I'm wearing Tom Brady's father's jersey.
Oh man,
yeah. If you already don't know, Eli.
Yeah, this guy.
Eli carrying the throne.
That's Mac Jones's number now.
Exactly
Mac Daddy's number.
Mac 10.
Yeah, right.
But how do you guys feel? I mean, I know you're a Giants fan, you're a Patriots fan, so I mean, you know, it doesn't really affect us because we've dealt with him being gone for 2 years. So I mean, you know, it's just the end of an era. I mean, seven Super Bowls. I mean,
let's go back to exactly what happened. So Adam Schefter, out of the blue, just drops. It's official. Tom Brady is retiring. You see ESPN posting it, NFL posting it.
Everywhere.
Every single sports page is posting.
And I was at work, and then I see in the group chat, because we got a group chat, and all I see is Tom Brady retire. I'm like, bro, what is going on right now? Out of nowhere.
For a solid 3 hours, everybody's like, dang, Tom Brady retired. Congratulations. Enjoy retirement. And all of a sudden, the Bucks come out and say, Tom Brady didn't let us know anything.
Yeah, everyone was like, no, wait, hold up.
Contacted us and told us that he's
And even
retired.
Tom Brady's agent said if he's going to say it,
statement.
he said he's going to say it out of his mouth if he does retire. So,
but news broke, and it was so big that everyone was posting about it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, maybe he didn't retire, which is exactly why I felt like that kind of like took the emotion out of it for me, because I felt him in the moment. I feel like
the whole thing didn't go well.
Yeah. The main thing is that I knew it's like the official end of an era. Like if you think about it, obviously Peyton's gone, Eli's gone, Roethlisberger retired as well, Drew Brees is gone. The only one that's really standing is Aaron Rodgers, and he's not doing.
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. But it just feels like the end of an era. It's almost like.
Yeah, of course.
A league without Tom Brady. And then it came back that he might not retire and he might come back. And that was just like, what?
That was like a day in between, right? It was like.
It was the same day.
Yeah, it was that same day. I feel bad because I feel like his retirement didn't get the credit that it should have.
Exactly.
That's what comes out. Saying. And then it's like, okay, maybe he's not retiring. So like people stop posting like the congratulations and stuff, waiting for like the announcement that he's not retiring. And then a couple of days later he does. And when he officially retired, no one was like, it was just like, okay.
It was like the same thing. We already said it.
Like we saw it a couple days ago. Like it didn't get, I would say the credit.
Well, I heard something on the radio that like if he waited until a certain day, like he gets 15 million like paid. So I think, but I don't know if he got that. I don't know if he waited the correct time. But
I don't think his decision was based on money. I really don't.
I mean,
he's done enough in his career where he was gonna make the decision regardless. And
yeah, but bro, 15 million, 50, like even for a millionaire, like 15 million is a lot.
My thing is that Adam Schefter is not just some guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's credible.
So the point is that Tom Brady already made that decision, but he didn't get to announce it himself.
Yeah.
And Schefter jumped on it, and all of a sudden it's like probably Brady retracted from it because he's like, you didn't hear it from me.
Man, if I was Brady, I would have waited another year. Yeah. Like I would have came back and been like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna do it on my own terms. And I feel like reporters gotta, like, they definitely have to do it. They have to, I don't know how to say it, but like they have to have the respect for the players, like especially for Brady. I mean, he's played 22 years of, you know, solid football. And you're not gonna let him say his own retirement. I know it's all about headlines and you know news stories, but man,
that's the main thing. Like in that industry, it's like if you're first, like you're golden. So like that's why,
and if you're second, you're last.
And that's why it didn't matter. Like,
yeah, but still, man. I mean, if he didn't put it out, do you think it still would have got out somehow?
Yeah,
someone was bound to leak.
My thing is because you also got to take account that it's Tom Brady, like. It's Tom Brady, so he was jumping on the gun the moment he seen something about it. Ben Roethlisberger coming out, obviously there was nothing crazy to it. We knew he was going to do that. But the biggest question was, is Brady retiring? So 2 days after that day, that's when he officially announced.
On what, Tuesday? Yeah. Yesterday, right?
Yeah,
he posted. For yesterday, we're filming on Wednesday. Yesterday,
but like even because you're talking about Roethlisberger, like even watching him play, like you knew he was done.
That's
like he can like.
But Brady, I felt like he had another year.
That's the thing.
I feel like he had another solid
possibly
year.
Could be the MVP this year. If not, he's definitely going to be second.
Yeah,
when you saw Roethlisberger play, he was struggling to throw the ball downfield.
That's my main thing. Like, okay, because obviously I'm a Giants fan. I respect him. I'm not a fan of him, but I respect him because at the end of the day, he wasn't even phasing out. Like Eli Manning at the end couldn't throw the ball down the field. You can just tell he wasn't there. Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, all these players were literally like brittling down, and he showed no signs.
Brady took care of himself. He literally had a whole, regimen, a whole method. TB12. I mean, like there's what is it saying? There's something to the madness. There's what is it?
Method to the madness.
Yeah, something like that. So I mean, somebody like Brady that's played for so long and he's so old, it's crazy.
And of course, obviously, I mean, he's been doing it for 22 years. He's 44 years of age. So that obviously that factored into it. But my point is that at least go out when your guns are like down. Like go out when you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, but I feel
especially with how competitive he is, I was just figuring that he would do that until the point where he's like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. Like,
yeah, but I feel like even though like I feel like it's better to go out like it would have been amazing for him to go out on top, win another Super Bowl. But I feel like
last year. He should have retired last year, bro. Bro, that's a
go out on top
storybook, bro. He went to a different team
and he won first year in their stadium. Like
the first team to do that. Like he should have just retired last year, and
that would have been amazing. I feel like he definitely thought they could have done it again.
Yeah.
And I mean, it didn't happen. It's unfortunate, but the thing like that I'm saying is like go out on top. Like obviously he didn't win a championship, but he's still doing good. He didn't finish out his career being terrible.
Of course,
of course. Yeah, and no one wants to.
And I saw this tweet from this guy in Boston. He was like, "Man, David Ortiz, he got in the Hall of Fame. That's another episode, but if you want to check that out, go to our page. But no, like he got inducted to the Hall of Fame and Brady's retiring. Like it's an end of an era for Boston, for New England.
For that whole city.
I mean, I grew up on David Ortiz and Tom Brady. I grew up with, seeing championships like every other year, depending on what team it is. And, people in Boston never saw a championship before. So, I definitely don't know what it is like not seeing championships. I mean, we haven't had one in a little while. So I feel it now.
I mean, I was going to say he's been gone for 2 years now.
Yeah. But I mean,
I got
the Red Sox. But yeah, it's just the end of an era. I mean, the past 20 years in the city of Boston have been crazy. So many parades, so many championships, literally the city of champions. And now it's, getting to the new era of younger people, younger, new fresh talent. And I mean, that's literally the end of that whole era.
Every single hole that is made from them retiring automatically just leaves it to like who's going to be able to be the successor, who's going to fill that hole.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy. Like it's really not easy. And that's not saying anything about Mac Jones. It's not saying anything about Daniel Jones.
No, Mac Jones is amazing.
All these quarterbacks have been with those franchises for so long that the moment they dip, you can't expect the next person to be that guy. Like there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
But keeping on Tom Brady, my point is like all the quarterbacks that we look at that are great from this era, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, maybe Eli, I'll throw him in there. My point is
just
that,
maybe.
Listen, maybe. My point is that as they get older and their play is decreasing, they're changing the way that they play to win. Peyton Manning, his last couple of years, he was a game manager. Like he was purely just a game manager. Obviously, they all have a level of game management at their elite level. But the point is that they just can't throw the ball 60 yards down the field. So they're gonna nickel and dime because they know how the defenses are working. They know where the sweet spots are. We didn't even get to that part where Brady was doing it. Like
just think about it. His last touchdown pass to Evans.
Yeah,
that was
like
a bomb. That's what I'm saying. That was a bomb. So he still has enough arm talent to obviously
So my thing is that knowing, because at the end of the day, I know his competitive drive is not gone because he has one of the most competitive drives, highest ones in the league. So I know he's gonna regret it from retiring like this because people are thinking like,
I don't think so.
People are thinking that he's gonna retire and come back. You're 44 right now, bro. You can't retire.
What is he gonna come back at 45, 46? I mean, I
just feel like
even though he's that guy, like there's no way if he's not competing this year that he's gonna work out enough to be able to compete the next year. Like if you take that year off, like you're definitely like, it doesn't matter who you are. You saw it with Gronk. Like Gronk got small compared to, you know, how big he was. And just if you're not competing, you're not going to be working at that level. Even if you try your hardest, I don't think there's any way that he would be able to take a year off and come back. Like it's Tom Brady, but still.
That being said, if someone were to do it, like
no,
that's the one person you don't bet against. Like if he was gonna come back, that's the only person I don't think would be able to do it.
Yeah, but bro, I feel like he's played 22 years. He's won 7 Super Bowls. He's done. He's at his point in his career where he's satisfied with leaving. He wouldn't take a year off. He wouldn't. There's no point to it.
Yeah, of course. But that's my point, is that I feel like even if you feel satisfied, he's really not satisfied.
Yeah, but
like, because he was still like,
people think that all the time, and then like when people, but when people after like they retire, like I compare to like David Ortiz, he's like, yeah, like this is the best decision, you know, that I made.
Yeah.
Just because you get to a point where you don't want to. It's just like when people retire from work, you don't want to work anymore. Like,
yeah,
I feel like Brady's got to that point. If he wasn't ready, he wouldn't retire.
Obviously. And this is all coming from a fan. The point is that we would want him to play more because he still can play.
Yeah.
But obviously, outside of it, looking at his family, just think, he has kids
that are still pretty young.
He's been asleep for 22 years. And he hasn't been able to enjoy a single like whole year of doing no football to enjoy with their kids. Like, that's crazy to think about.
And I think that's kind of the lesson that like Kobe gave. Like, he devoted so much time to basketball, and like he thought he was gonna have time on the back end to be with his family and everything like that, but he never got that shot. So I feel like you look at someone like Brady, and he's probably thinking like, now's the time that, like you said, he's satisfied, but like he could be with his family. His wife is probably telling him like, you don't need to go out there for another year. You know,
she's probably the same.
She saw the last playoff game. He got hit in the head, mouth, and he's bleeding and stuff. And she's like, you don't need to do it anymore. Like, you have nothing left to prove. And obviously, you know, his competitive spirit, he still feels like he does, because in his mind, he's still that 6th round pick trying to prove himself. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just interested to see what he transitions to.
Yeah.
Like, how he puts that competitive spirit to what else. I don't think he's going to do media.
Do you think he's going to coach like down the line?
I don't think coaching's in his...
Like, not at all?
No. I think
he's too historic to do that, to be honest.
He's going to coach his son's football team.
Like, you see him yelling
like Sean Payton
at a 7-year-old football game, yelling, screaming on the sideline.
Is that Tom Brady?
Like, that's the debate for everyone, is whether they're going to be a coach down the line, because obviously Peyton Manning has thought about it. Eli Manning, he's working within the Giants organization. Like, he got that right after he retired. So I don't really know what he's going to do as far as that. But
I feel like he's just going to chill out for a few, if anything. If he ever does.
That's the point you retired for.
I think he's definitely... TB12, like that's his whole branding. Yeah. I think he's definitely going to try to take that to another level.
And that's already another level.
It's already getting big. So I feel like him putting 100% of his focus into that, it's definitely going to get bigger. I think you're going to see him maybe down the line, and it's probably years down the line, but owning a team. And I kind of think of that's the same blueprint that Jordan took. And I feel like that's the next way that like these great players are going.
What team?
I mean,
it won't be New England.
It's not
obviously not New England.
I could possibly see New England, because Robert Kraft loves him. What if Robert Kraft...
But he's not going to cut him that big of a deal.
Yeah, bro.
What if he's like, let me let you invest some of the... like, he sells him part of the team.
Bro,
just
I could see that, but not buying the whole team.
No, not the whole Jordan team. Is not the Chicago Bulls owner.
Well, like, I mean, Jordan's
he had to pick up a small like expansion team.
Jordan's from Charlotte.
Yeah, but he's from
Jordan's from North Carolina. It's not like Brady, because he's from California. It's not like he's gonna buy the 49ers, because that's a big franchise in its own.
I just don't want Brady to go be an owner and suck at it like Jordan does. Like, I just feel like he doesn't need to do that. But I could see, like, prime example, like Drew Brees. Drew Brees transitioned into broadcasting right away. Mm-hmm. I could probably see that. Peyton Manning took off a couple years, and now you saw Peyton Manning and Eli Manning's Monday Night Show. So I can see him doing something like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know about the NFL realm.
So let me ask you guys a question. When do you think Brady like cemented his legacy as the GOAT? Like, when was that point? What was that game? What was that moment that you think that he did it? Because I mean, you're not going to think of it like the first Super Bowl. Yeah, that guy's like the GOAT, because, you know, people win Super Bowls.
Yeah, of course.
The second one, maybe not. Third, 3, 4, you know, what was it, a Super Bowl? You know, was it, you know, what was it?
For me, I think it was 28-3.
That's what I think too.
Like right after that, like even going into that, like he already had Super Bowls and stuff, but you would hear Aaron Rodgers is more talented. Joe Montana is still the GOAT. Like, I feel like he didn't reach that level yet. Now we know he's already there. Like, we know he's like the undisputed GOAT, like 7 titles. But coming back from that one, I remember you go on Instagram and everybody's posting the GOAT emoji. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that was the one that people realized, like, yo, like he let his team come back from that. That one was crazy.
Shout out to Canoli. For
Just
me,
getting a little excited about Brady.
It's not a specific game. Just looking at the overhaul of what he did. Like, the craziest thing is, like, bringing up that game. Obviously, that game was crazy. He came back down or whatever.
Yeah.
He still won 2 more after that. Like, he still won 2 more championships after that. He won the game against the Rams, and then he also went to Tampa and won in their first year. So it's like, for me, what really makes it, like, his legacy is that he won 7 of them, which nobody's close to 7. And the fashion that he did it, like I said, he did it in the beginning of his career, did it smack in the middle. He got smacked up by Eli. And at the end of his career, he still won one.
I like that video that they put. I think it was Sports Center, and it's like Brady walking through a game, and they fast forward through the Giants one.
And the Eagles one. Shout out to Eagles too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We don't talk about that.
But Eli said it. Eli said it, and it was crazy. Eli said Tom Brady won a Super Bowl when Eli was in college. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl in the middle of Eli's career. And Tom Brady won a Super Bowl after Eli's career. Like that's crazy. That's what puts him on the top.
And like Eli's not the best by any means, but like just to like
close to it.
A Super Bowl winning quarterback, you know, to that caliber, was able to beat Brady. And you know he was able to win a championship before and after, like that. I don't know. That's crazy.
Not the best, but he got the best of Brady twice. Not once, twice. The only person to do that.
All right, well, just take it easy, man. I don't know why you gotta.
It's like one of like the luckiest catch that like ever happened.
You don't think the luckiest catch?
He caught the ball in his helmet. Where have you ever seen that?
Well, he had to get rid of the ball when he was getting sacked too, but no credit to him, right?
That was he closed his eyes and was like, somebody's got to be down there.
Yeah, no, he did.
That's literally all he did.
All right, and what about the other game?
Hey man, we don't talk about that.
Nothing said. If you don't think Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer, just tune in on that.
You think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer?
That's a topic for another day.
No, Eli.
That's a topic for another day. No, he is a Hall of Famer. So you guys are biased.
All right. So we're not gonna get off topic with that. But do you think Tom Brady's a Hall of Famer? But even though with everything that like happened,
yes, because he's a cheater. But
no, that
if you have to cheat to win, it's still a win, man.
No.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
No, but I mean, I how many instances were there?
That's not, to me, that's not even going to come into question.
But what, there was 2?
That was Spygate. There was Spygate and Deflategate.
I thought there was another one. I don't know.
I don't think
there was another gate in there somewhere.
It has nothing to do with Spygate, because at the end of the day,
that was coaching.
That's on your boys.
But Deflategate, you think that's going to come into a factor?
No, it's not going to factor into his like Hall of Fame candidacy, but I
just know he for sure has something to do with that. I mean, he's throwing the ball, so that was definitely from him.
He has good balls. But still, he has good balls. Not bad balls. Balls in your face. We fit it in.
Even with that, though, obviously, it's just his freaking career is just
for sure. I mean, it's crazy. You know, personally, growing up, you know, I had the experience to be able to grow up in, you know, Boston, in Massachusetts, in New England, and you know, to be able to see his goatness, if you will, you know, come over those few years, it was crazy. I mean, I don't remember going to any of the parades. No, because I went to a Red Sox one, but you know, I remember when they announced like the parades and they would like cancel school and stuff like that, and you know, it was really cool to see and to have somebody like Tom Brady in, you know, the city of Boston and New England, and to represent us was amazing. And just, you know, you go to Boston, you see people still repping Brady jerseys, and you know, I got this one. You'll still, you know, because that was the whole legacy. I mean, the Patriots were nothing before, you know, Belichick and Brady, and after that, you know, it made us one of the most successful teams in the league, and you know, hopefully we can continue that with Mac Jones. But Tom Brady, you know, forever the GOAT in the city of Boston and New England. Forever the GOAT for the Patriots.
And that's what makes it even crazier about him retiring. And it sucks because you don't like to see that leave. But like his career is literally like a storybook.
Oh,
like,
yeah, man.
The like one of the closest to last round picks in the draft.
What was he, 199?
Yeah, 199.
You see the picture with him not looking ripped at all. Like,
no shirt like on.
That dude had a dad bod at, how old was he? He was 20.
He was like 24, 23. Like,
no, not by then. He was
24. Yeah.
Nah. League? 24?
He was probably like 23.
How many years of college he did?
He wasn't that guy, so he for sure stayed in college.
That's what I'm saying.
He did 4 years. He was probably
So
like 22.
He had to be
23.
22.
Yeah, probably 22.
22 plus 22 seasons is 44. So
And then
it makes sense.
him playing
Good
though,
math.
thanks to
Quick math.
him playing though, thanks to an injury, like all that stuff is just storybook. Like you don't see that happen.
Yeah, and then he goes to another team and wins the Super Bowl in his first year in their stadium. Like, I mean,
And he should have retired and
he should have. He should
just
have.
retired and that's it.
You divide his career into 3 separate categories, and you got 3 separate like Hall of Fame careers. And to me, that's crazy. Like, just the beginning of his career where he went middle, like he went through that stretch where he didn't win any Super Bowl for 10 years, but he still won like 2 MVPs during that stretch. And then
Eli.
obviously the back.
He's always been good. Yeah.
Yeah, if Eli gets another mention, yo.
Bro,
Yo, Eli, if you're watching, Eli, if you're watching,
when you talk about Tom Brady, you cannot just miss Eli Manning, smacking him up twice.
yeah, I definitely think that's a conversation. But I mean, to bring him up again and again.
Shout out Eli.
Shout out to
Shout out
Tom
Eli.
Brady. Shout out to Tom Brady, and hopefully he enjoys retirement. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. I mean, Tom
the league
Brady
is not gonna be the same.
Tom Brady, you are the GOAT forever. You have cemented your legacy within the NFL, within sports. I mean, who if you actually look at it, like who has 7+ championships in their career? The first thing comes Bill Russell, obviously, but people that put their body on the line and play for so many seasons and are able to come out with that many championships. I mean, it's incredible. So I mean, Tom Brady, enjoy it, man. I mean, you did great for New England. You did great for Tampa, and I mean, just enjoy it, man.
Hell of a career. Undisputed GOAT, no matter what anybody says.
Do you think he's the GOAT of all sports of all time?
Nah, you can't say all sports. You can't say all sports.
You
But
can't?
when it comes to the quarterback position,
Is he one of the GOATs of all sports?
Yes.
He could be one.
Mount Rushmore.
He could be one of them.
To me, the top 2 that you're going to compare, it's either Jordan or it's Brady. And they're at the top. You're like, he's like, and LeBron.
Yeah, but topic for another day.
He's
Yeah,
definitely
man.
Mount Rushmore, so that's 4. So he's definitely top 4 all time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to, what was it? I forgot what Super Bowl it was, but I remember watching it in like a pool, and they had like the thing, and my cousin jumped in the pool after they won, and if you would have told me that Tom Brady was gonna retire, like down the line, I would have been like, nah, you're tripping. Like he's one of those people that you never would have thought would have retired. Like even though you expect it, like you never would have expected it. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, the GOAT, Tom Brady, forever, number 12.
Number 12.
Number 12.
But yeah, man, that wraps this thing up. Please follow us on all socials.
Yes.
Balls in Your Face Podcast on Instagram. Balls in Your Face the podcast on TikTok. Balls in Your Face the podcast on Twitter.
It's BIYF, the podcast.
BIYF.
I think you messed it up.
Short acronym for Balls in Your Face, though.
Yeah.
Bringing sports to you. But also just make sure you subscribe and at the bottom. Make sure you leave some comments. Let us know how we're doing.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down if you don't like it. We don't care. We're trying to learn this thing. Tell your friends about us. Tell their friends to tell their friends about us. Tell your family about us. Tell everyone you know about us. Just share us. Do whatever you got to do. We're trying to get out there.
Yes, sir. Every Monday, Friday, you already know. Tune in.
Yes,
Monday
sir.
and Friday.
Monday and Friday.
All that being said, I think we're all set for this episode. I'm Christian Rivera.
I'm Joshua Ramos.
I'm Azir Hernandez.
Bye.